Hello again, this is GinGurGurl. I would like to try and do a simple explanation as best as possible at the moment on how to set a bounty. Now, bounties are found or most commonly come across when you are discovering new systems. Now, as you discover a system, you go onto a planet that is as yet discovered, you have to land and do soil samples. I will explain all of that later, and you'll occasionally get one that pops up once you've done so that says you have received a bounty. Now what this is somebody has set a bounty for a very specific type of planet because they want to colonize that type of planet. So to get that information, what you need to do is, if you want to set your own bounty, perhaps you know that you want your next colony to produce certain things. You can set your own bounty and a message will be sent to you when someone discovers a matching planet. So to do that, you hit map and then you go into place bounty. And when you place the bounty, it pulls up this particular collection of needs that you would like to have fulfilled. For example, if you want a very specific planet, maybe something that is only one thing or primarily one thing, you can tell it to look for that. Or you could tell it you want something that's kind of almost the Goldilocks planet. It's got a little bit of everything and is closer to Earth as possible. To do that, you can sit here and choose, there we go, uncover that, choose what it is you want to see. So if I want it to have a certain percentage or minimum certain percentage of, say, aluminum, I want it to have at least 8%. And I want it to have at least 18%, that's pretty viable, percent of iron. And the rest you can kind of leave up, in this case I'm going to leave kind of up in the air. Now silicon, for some reason it's set really high. I'm going to move that down. I don't have a minimum for silicon. Now for minimum geo activity, you can sit here and determine how geologically active you want it to be. And in this case, I would like it to be, don't want it catastrophic, that's for sure. I would like it to be at least some activity. That's fine. That'll work for me. That's a minimum. Now, what I do want is I want it to have at least some capability of food. So I want to make sure that it has at least a class 1 or level 1 on some of these. So for grain, yeah, I want it to have at least some grain. So I'll say poor. Minimum of poor for vegetables. Animals, I'll do animals as well. Tobacco I'm not as concerned with. Gems, it doesn't have to have gems for me to make it a viable planet. I'm quite capable of that. And then you can say number of matches. Now number of matches is important because what you can do is you can have more than one bounty out there. So you can have, if 5 different people are to go out and discover the same type of planet, well, that's okay, because 5 different people will get the bounty. You will get messages from each of them. And then here's the bounty amount. You put in the amount that you're willing to pay for said bounty, it will be deducted from your account. So if you put in a 1 million credit bounty, it will immediately be taken out. When that bounty comes through, you'll have a little mail that'll be popped up here and says bounty, and it says set location has been discovered that matches bounty, and you can travel out to it. Alright, that pretty well covers that. If you have questions, as always, let me know.